Hello guys, Brad here again, another fragrance video. Today I thought I would do a video talking about my top 5 fragrance notes for spring. And most people typically do fragrance videos talking about their favorite 5 or 10 fragrances for spring, but I thought I would focus on the note or the notes of spring that I enjoy, because that way you give yourself more variety to consider, because for each fragrance note there's probably dozens of choices to choose from. So if you can narrow down the note selection to one note, you can go on a website like Fragrantica or Base Notes, study that note, find some ideas, or watch other videos that talk about fragrances with that note, and then make your own choices. I can give you my recommendations, but that's just one person's opinion. So the first fragrance note I want to talk about is mint. Mint is a very refreshing note for the springtime. I know a lot of people associate it with toothpaste or chewing gum, things like that, but I think mint can be very refreshing when used properly in men's fragrances. And if there's one fragrance for mint that I'll be checking out this spring or late winter, it's from the house of Healy. It's one that you've probably heard of. It got quite a bit of hype back in the day. It's called Menthe Fraîche. Basically, a very refreshing mint fragrance. I believe Menthe Fraîche is actually translated to fresh mint. And I got this sample from the House of Healy. I didn't order it specifically, but it was sent as a free sample with another fragrance that I decided to purchase for review later. So a bonus sample of Menthe Fraîche, and I wore it to work yesterday, and it was kind of nice. If you like that minty, fresh feeling, definitely check out Menthe Fraîche. And there's other ones you can check out too with a good minty note, like Cartier Roadster or even Roadster Sport. Yeah, mint is great for the spring. Check it out. Number 4 on my list is Cypress. Cypress is a coniferous tree or shrub, and probably my go-to coniferous fragrance or cypress fragrance is from the house of Acqua di Parma, from the Blue Mediterraneo line, Cypress de Toscana. This was discontinued for a bit, and then it came back. I haven't tried the new version, but if it's as good as this one, it's definitely going to be worth checking out. A very refreshing, airy cypress fragrance, great for springtime. And I'm glad I was able to get a bottle of this. This one's a good-sized bottle, actually. It's a tester, but it looks like it's over half full. So yeah, I'm set on this one. So a nice cypress fragrance for springtime. Iris is another fragrance that you should consider for the springtime. I believe Prada and Dior are both famous for their use of iris in fragrance. Now, normally I would probably recommend Prada, like Prada L'Homme, which I don't own, but I think I did review that one and enjoyed it. But I think my go-to iris at the moment is actually from the house of Christian Dior. This is Christian Dior's Eau for Men, Dior Homme Eau for Men. This is an aftershave splash version. I actually got this for about $25 on eBay, and it's become pricier since I got mine because it is discontinued, I believe, and now it's more like $55-$60 if you want to get the aftershave splash. If you want to get the EDT spray, it's probably going to be even more than that. So I would recommend maybe checking out the aftershave splash if you like iris. You want a nice fragrance for the springtime. Yeah, really nice for iris lovers. Moving along to the next note, number 2, basil. Basil is a green herbal note. I think one of my all-time favorite basil fragrances is probably Riverside Drive from Bond Number 9. But if you ever go on eBay, you'll see that one's like $400 or $500 for a bottle now. Sadly discontinued. But I do have one that I think you can find a lot cheaper from the house of Joe Malone. Lime, basil, and mandarin. This is a little, I think it's a 10 ml spray bottle I got here. It's going to be great for the springtime if I'm in the mood for some basil. It's a nice little refreshing use of basil with lime and mandarin. Check this one out. Finally, a note that I've really been getting interested in as of late, rhubarb. My mom and dad used to have some rhubarb growing in their backyard, and we'd always have rhubarb sauce or rhubarb desserts during the season of rhubarb. And now my brother, who lives next door to my parents, has some rhubarb, and usually in the spring, early summer, my mom cooks up some of that rhubarb, and it's a really nice dish. It's a spring vegetable, kind of has sort of a sour effect to it. But I recently picked up a sample of a rhubarb fragrance. I haven't tried it yet, but this one's from Hermes Eau de Rhubarbe Escarlate. 2 ml sample. And I'm hoping to check this one out and review it later this year before it gets too hot, because I think rhubarb is a great mint for spring. And there's all kinds of rhubarb notes to check out, rhubarb fragrances to check out, but this is just one that I'm looking forward to testing out soon, especially if it stays like this. Today it's like 70 degrees, really nice, almost like early spring day for me today here in Maryland. So those are some recommendations from me for fragrances to check out, specifically fragrance notes to check out this springtime. Let me know what you think. If you have a favorite note that you associate with spring, a favorite fragrance that you like for spring, comment down below. Let me know what you think of my list. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.